Welcome to NYSE Euronext Regulatory Update. My name is Mark McGann, and we will be doing these updates on a regular basis to keep you informed of the positions of our company with regards to the many legislative proposals on financial services in the European Union. Today I'd like to share with you some of the latest developments in the MiFID review process. We're now at a very important period in the European Parliament where Markus Ferber, the rapporteur on the MiFID II and MiFIR proposals, recently published his report and has proposed a substantial number of amendments to the European Commission's initial legislative proposal. Today I would like to focus on two main areas: market structure and clearing. While MiFID I brought very welcome competition to European equities trading, it also created what some believe to be excessive fragmentation of the market. Markus Ferber is proposing a general requirement for all transactions in shares, depository receipts, exchange-traded funds and certificates, which are not concluded on a regulated market or multilateral trading facility, to be traded through systematic internalizers, unless the transaction involves primary issuance. Turning now to derivatives, all over-the-counter derivatives transactions, which are not currently subject to the trading mandate in Article 26 of the MiFIR legislation, will have to be traded through systematic internalizers. In contrast, those OTC derivatives transactions that are subject to the Article 26 trading mandate will have to be traded on a regulated market, an MTF, or one of the new categories proposed by the European Commission, an OTF. Only truly bespoke derivatives will be allowed to be traded in an OTC environment. NYSE Euronext believes that it is fundamental for the legislator to properly define what exactly constitutes over-the-counter trading, regardless of asset class. And here Markus Ferber proposes an amendment of the implicit OTC definition, currently in Recital 18 of the MiFID Directive, to state that as much trading as possible outside regulated execution venues must take place in organized systems with appropriate transparency requirements. Pre-trade transparency will not apply to truly bespoke OTC transactions. Accordingly, there is as yet still no explicit definition of over-the-counter trading. In addition, Markus Ferber has deleted the Commission's proposal for an OTF for equities. So for him, the OTF category should only apply to bonds, structured finance products, emission allowances, and of course, derivatives. Moreover, Ferber has introduced definitions of bilateral and multilateral trading, and he has maintained both pre- and post-trade transparency requirements for OTFs. Let me now turn to the post-trade environment for European capital markets, specifically clearing. Very disappointingly, Markus Ferber makes no changes to the European Commission's initial proposal requiring clearinghouses to provide open access to all trading venues in respect of listed derivatives, cash equities, and bonds. Those provisions would therefore continue to require that a clearinghouse treat listed derivatives on competing venues as fungible where they are economically equivalent, and to provide margin offsets when they are correlated. Now, Ferber does propose some limited amendments to the provisions requiring trading venues to provide open access to competing clearinghouses. In this case, Ferber's report states that for listed derivatives, access shall only be granted if it would not require interoperability or would not threaten the smooth and orderly functioning of the financial markets, in particular due to the fragmentation of liquidity. There is a similar test for cash equities, albeit interoperability is in this case not a constraint, since the recently adopted EMIR regulation sets out specific provisions for the operation of interoperability in cash markets. Markus Ferber gives responsibility to ESMA, the European Securities Markets Authority, to specify what would constitute liquidity fragmentation in this context. If you have any questions on these issues, please contact me, Mark McGann, or my team. Thank you for listening.